Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. Uh, let me. What's wrong with this? Every day, I seem like I have a problem with this thing about every single day. All right, there you go. All right, but let me do this because we're gonna talk about this worried world. Um, because this stuff is getting a whole lot realer, brothers and sisters. I'm seeing a lot of brothers and brothers and sisters. They voicing a serious concern to what they're seeing and what they are, more importantly, what they are feeling. That's what I'm. Hold on. Mm, Comments. Okay. Shalom, Sister Linda Cross. This world is worried. And you know, brothers and sisters, what I did. Um, Shalom, Sister Van P. Glad you all was able to make it in this morning. I I seen it years ago. And you know how you go through life. Uh, you may have seen some on TV, and if you ain't seen it in years, and you look back at it, you're like, man, I forgot about this. And I was looking at Roots, the next generations with an S, with an S. Everybody was in there. O.J. Simpson. Now I'm not talking about the original Roots when he played as an, uh, where he played as an, like he was as an African. No, O.J. Simpson. I'm talking about the old heads was in this here. I'm serious, brothers. Y'all go back and look at that. You'd be like, wow. But I went in there looking at it, right? And it was this particular Roots, the next generations with an S. And if you look at it, you will understand how in the world we end up getting into politics. And what they was thinking then is how they thinking now. But they're thinking right now, it's very concerning for them. We think all of this stuff that we're hearing on the news about this, whatever's going on in the politics. And no, I don't say we think. We know for a fact we got something to do with it, but the world don't know. The world do not know who is the center of attention is. Shalom, Brother Ricky. The world does not know the importance of us in their future. They do not know. You want to talk about somebody being blind? The world is absolutely just dumbified. They thinking it's all about this here and that there and that. When it's all over said and done, it's going to be about you, Israel. But they don't call you Israel. If you go back into those days, they called you colored, blacks, more so nigger. That's what they called us. How can we get the black vote? We got a dumb nigga. This is the stuff they were saying. I kid you not, brothers. I was up there. I was watching this stuff, and so I'm taking in what they were saying, or what in this series, or what they were saying, and how they're doing right down to this very day. They are very worried because now it would appear they woke up and said, now, and they know they are knowing We held on to these people way too long. We held on to these people way too long. Things are shaky. Do we really still need these people? But they just can't throw you to the side like that. They just cannot do it. We are at a time, brothers, and it's now. They don't want to let us go. They do not want to let us go. Israel, this is what we have done. We have a spending power that this country or Babylon needs to play the power role. Shalom, Sister Monica. This is what they need. They need that power that we have. That's what they need. Now, they cannot afford to let us go. They live in a life just like Pharaoh. Pharaoh's like, man, you must be stupid if you think I'm going to let these Israelites go. And that was his mindset. His mindset was not living. I'm not letting these Hebrews go. They are doing the same thing. They are not trying to let you go. Judah, Sister Monica, come on. I'm telling you, the Most High is putting that in everybody's minds now. Because now, Judah, Israel will have to be taken. How you... Listen to me, sis. I got a brother when I got back to the States. He's upset. I have 3 trucks. He even tried to claim my house as his. He's upset. That I said, no, give me all, I'm coming to get all of my stuff. He's upset. He's ready to fight. I ain't gonna hold back on you. I'm like, dude, don't hold back on me. You don't have to hold back on me. Those possessions are mine. Shalom, Brother Kenneth. So you would think to yourself, dude, are you stupid? You can't hold on to somebody's stuff that belong to someone else, and you want to claim it as yours. If you want to talk about covenantness, oh yeah, call it that. This world is doing the same thing. The same thing. Claiming something, truthfully, it's not theirs. Not theirs. Sis, please. I'm telling you, the Most High is putting this in all of us. Something of a magnitude, brothers and sisters, is going to happen. One, not we. We're going to find ourselves in a particular position. And we all know it. We all know it. Once they get this world started, all righty, that is another word. That will be a saying. Once this World War III gets started, you might well go ahead and start packing your bags. You might well get your mind set. Because now it's time for you to get ready to get up out of there. Out of here, rather. That's what it boils down to being. 2, if they want to sit up here and play that pimp game and say, hey, a particular person got deleted. Oh, he got deleted? They took him out? Oh, we go start a civil war. That's going to be another way of saying, This is how we can get to niggas with a civil war. When there is no law, when the world gets to that point, Israel, we need to be on point. Because we right there, they're going to roll those dices. They're going to roll the dice. They are going to roll those dices. And we going to have to be on point. And it's just that simple. Now, how things are going to transpire, I don't know. But they're not trying to give us up. They're not. This and this time, this day, is very flaky and shaky. We have some things in front of us, brothers and sisters. Yes, and it's going to take faith on our part. It is. Because like the scripture said, there's nothing new under the sun. This ain't the first time this happened. The only thing different about this is with this captivity, the only thing that is absolutely different from our captivity and our forefathers' captivity, they was always close to the land it was from. We're the only ones that's outside of our original country. Period. We're more than a blanket, Sister Monica. We more than a blanket. We more than a blanket. We are outside of our country. That's the only difference about we worldwide. Judah is worldwide. Now they're getting their heads together to whoever, however they want to think that they're being smart about things. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out for them. It's not. It's not. And if a political figure wants to sacrifice himself to get something popping up, they will do it. They're going to sacrifice their own people. They are going to sacrifice their own people. They fell in love with power. They fell in love with mistreatment. They fell in love with absolute sin. And they are not trying to let none of it go. None. This is absolutely drunk. Says, let me tell you, Sister Monica. Yeah, you right. They drunk, all right. Exceedingly drunk. Skunky drunk. This is what they say. I mean, they so geeked up for the 20th, it ain't even funny. You would think that it was a whole brand new day. They so geeked up. I'm hearing, now I'm in Arkansas. I'm hearing thug brothers right here like, man, I don't know what's going on with these white boys. They getting beside themselves, man. They feeling a certain type of way. They be right here just doing some idiotic things and things. And I'm hearing about on these brothers' jobs. They saying, man, they came in, they made this black guy a supervisor over these white boys, and they upset. I'm hearing that more and more. It seems, this is just me, that the world is doing this purposely to get them geeked up. Get them geeked up. Oh, this nigga here is my boss. Oh, they gonna have to light the match. In order for that match to be lit, they gonna have to have you in a position for them to maintain a hatred. I mean, they already had the hatred, truthfully, but they had to make sure that this hatred, it comes to the full. And Sister Monica, you're right. They believe that this man is a savior. I'm serious. Shalom, Brother Dave. I'm glad you made it in today, bro. They believe that this man is literally a savior. And he may be, especially for the one that's locked up. Especially for those that are locked up who did some, the courts found them guilty for 9 times out of 10 for deleting one of us. Yeah, you Brother Dave, you call him Orange Jesus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me on that one, brother. Yeah, but that's what they have, their mindset. And see, the thing they're not, what's the word? They're not taking into consideration is this. The world is going to give the word for these sleeper cells to awaken. And I seriously believe, shalom, says Kathy Jones. I seriously believe that the Civil War is going to get started. But I seriously believe that these sleeper cells are going to step in, not net when they will step in and they go truthfully work in our behalf. That's what I seriously believe. That is going to work in our behalf because, all right, you want to start the Civil War. You want this World War III. You know you ain't got the people to do it. You know for a fact you don't have the manpower to do it. But hey, when you're arrogant, you don't think straight. You think you think that anything can work out in your behalf. And then once you done roll those dices and you realize, oh, I rolled it in the wrong way. Then that's when reality kicks in. That's when you know you made a big mistake. This stuff is real now. And the thing about it is this is just my assumption, brothers. It's going to be a World War III. It's going to be a Civil War. And then those sleeper cells are going to be awakened. Yeah. It's those three things. I seriously believe it's going to happen. We're going to have that World War III. That's going to be our exit. That's going to be the moment for us to prepare ourselves for the exit. The Exodus. That's what that's going to be. Now, this is the thing though. When our was it 70 CE, the destruction of Jerusalem, brothers and sisters, do you not see the same thing is happening with Babylon? We stuck in captivity in Babylon. Now, when it was happening in Jerusalem, we were surrounded. The Romans, they surrounded Israel. So those loyal servants of Yahushua, they stuck inside. Like, wait a minute, he told us when you catch sight of this, know that her destruction is near, and for us to flee to the mountain. You can't flee when you're surrounded. You go out there, you know for a fact you go get taken down. To me, it appears that to be the same thing, because what's surrounding us right now? laws, laws that they came up with. We just can't jump up and travel. We cannot. I mean, when then it takes funds to get up and leave, and then at the same time, you may have we got laws here, and you got laws there. So after so many months, so many days, you got to travel back, or you got to travel outside that country. So yeah, we have some barriers. Yeah, restrictions. We have restrictions that we do not need to be upon us. Now, how the Most High is going to work that out, that remains to be seen. But it seems like that remains to be. It's going to be seen soon. Something is about to pop off, brothers and sisters, where we will have that opportunity to get up and get out. It will be like never before in history. You will have this opportunity to get up and get out. That's what it appears. Because there's nothing new under the sun. This has not, it's been done before. They have us here, and they know we cannot let these people go. We need to restart this this economic system. We need to get this. We need to get this money back into black people's hands so they can reignite the turning of this dollar. Just this is what the world is saying. They know exactly what this stuff is about. What Bitcoin popping up? I mean, it's just going all up and everything. I mean, they doing it. They're getting themselves geeked up because they know, the world knows that something is about to be popped off. You may go on in the news and you may see, what's the word? You may see, oh, Putin made a mistake. He did this. He's failing this. He's failing that. Let me tell you something. He'll be doing 90 miles per hour in the underbush. The Most High said he's going to use the king of the north and other nations to be with that king of the north. We know very well that it's going to happen. That's one thing we don't even entertain the thought. We don't care. I mean, if he got down to one soldier, the Most High is still gonna make it happen. He's going to make it happen. That's one thing he's going to do. If he said this is how it's going to go down, trust and believe. It's going to happen that way. It's going to happen. There is a bogarting of a possession that they do not want to. They don't want to let go. Everything that they're doing, they doing everything that Pharaoh did. Is it going to take the firstborns again? Nope. It's going to be something a whole lot grander than that. It would appear, scripturally speaking, that there's going to be a whole lot of things happening, not random, but there's going to be some things happening. The Most High said, hey, this country will be split into three parts. He said also it's going to be unlivable. There's a whole lot of things the Most High said about this place because he can't stand it. He cannot stand this place. And now we're starting to see things happening. Yes, on a grand scale. And then I'm gonna say this, brother. I was looking at these two sisters, and I need to get the channel. Not three sisters, it was two sisters. They was like they sit in a car. And I know matter of fact, brother Galen Jones sent me one of their videos. I think it was like the latest one. But when they started talking about, they got to a point in their ministry that they was talking about dreams and how one of the sisters saying that she ran up on this elder and he was talking about how he had a dream. And what got my attention about this dream was he had a dream. Daughters of Zion. Okay, that's what it was. That's the name of the channel. And this is the thing that got me. When she explained that the brother said, you know, he had a dream and that he was in a warehouse. And he was talking about, you know, Pooh and like, hey, look here. And he had gotten all of Yah's people. And he was like, look here, hurry up. You got to get the stuff here. We got to go. We got to get you out the country. It was the warehouse that got my attention. It was the warehouse. I had two dreams. And both of them consisted of a warehouse. One of them I loved a whole lot better than the other. I did. It was the second one, I had that. Yes, it was. Oh, yeah. Those sisters, they laid it down. They laid it down. And I'm just saying. And Sister Monica said she was just thinking the same thing. Why is the Most High having us thinking the same thing? All righty, hey. There's something to it. Shalom, Brother Kenneth. There's something to this. We just cannot be going about our daily routine nonchalant, like everything is proceeding as normal. They're not normal no more. But going back to the warehouse, and when the sister was telling me that, I'm like, well, you know, I said, I had a dream about, you know, in a warehouse. And then, like I said, the first one, it was more prophetic. The second one, yeah, it was a warehouse. It wasn't necessarily, it was a warehouse. It was a warehouse, and then at the same time it wasn't. But let me just say it this way. It was a very big space. It was. And it was none but us. No, but I did see one Gentile couple there. And they had a furniture store in this like massive warehouse. A massive warehouse. And brothers and sisters, they was there eating ice cream, kids, you know, just playing. It's like we was enjoying ourselves and buying whatever we need to buy and just socializing all at the same time. And I was the manager of the warehouse. So, and it was kind of funny because there was a brother and a sister. They was talking to other people, and they was talking about how they're not making enough money. And so, you know, I mean, I was eavesdropping on the conversation. I'm like, for real? So I walks up to them, and because I'm the one who's responsible for paying them. And so they was complaining that they didn't have enough money to take care of their families. So they was explaining how much they get. And what I did, I said, you know what? I did it. I did some math or whatever. And I said, everybody, and I was talking to one of the supervisors, look at increase everybody pay by $15 more an hour. Boom. went on by, and everybody was so happy. All the people was happy. But I'm walking about through this warehouse, and I'm looking at spaces that's not being used for nothing. I mean, I'm just looking at the pipes. It's just a dark place, but it's just a big empty space. So I talked to engineers, said, look here, we need to build this up, build it out. Uh-uh. We need to do something with it. We just don't need empty space. Excuse me. We do not need empty space. And so the supervisor said, okay, I'm gonna hop on it. And so they started doing whatever I need, they need to do to open this up for the brothers and sisters entertainment, or for whatever pleasure that we was trying to get. We was going to build this place out for them. And so and we just kept on. I would find another spot. I would tell them the same thing. Sister Kathy, that space was so enormous. It was it was enormous. Yeah, I mean, you can say like you had like a whole lot of malls combined together. It was just that big. And then at the same time, it was like the Most High was telling me, all right, don't worry about money. Money is not a problem. And everybody's just walking about being happy in this enormous type-like warehouse. It was enormous. I could not put a measurement on it. I know one thing, you ain't gonna walk it in no one day. You ain't gonna walk, you was not going to walk about this place in no one day. It was just that big. It was not going to happen. People just sitting out, it was like an indoor, outdoor setup. And it was mind-boggling. It was mind-boggling. Brothers and sisters buying ice cream for I tell you and now the Gentiles now. The Gentiles. So I'm walking around, I'm like surveying the place, making sure that, things are going the way it's supposed to be going and things of that nature. I come up on these Gentiles. There was a couple, husband and wife. And for a moment, I thought they were selling used furniture. And so I'm like, wait a minute. I looked at the arm of this chair, and it was like dry rotted. I'm like, it would appear that it's brand new, but he's not able to sell it and things, but it's dry rotted. I'm looking at, like rips in it and everything. And I said, I went in down, I said, hey, you can't sell this here. You cannot sell this here. No. But in this particular warehouse, we had a section where brothers and sisters was making smack brand new furniture. And I said, look here, take this stuff over to here. You take your old stuff and they're going to refurbish it or do whatever they need to do with it. But you just trade it off for some new stuff. And Gentile guy, he's like, for real? I can do that? I said, yeah, go over there and you do that and redo this store. I said, because you can't be selling stuff like this here. That's what I told them. And him and his wife, they went over there. They started clearing out their store and taking all the old stuff. It seemed like nobody was buying their stuff. And so I told them, I said, now go there and you change out your old stuff for the new stuff. But dreamed in the first warehouse. The first one I told you all about that one. But this one here, nah, that sun was glistening. Everybody, I mean, it was just like, it was, to see everybody walking about and things of that nature, enjoying themselves without a worry in the world. Not a worry in the world. I'm serious. Now that first one, I'm gonna be brief with it. And it was a massive warehouse. It was. I I was in this warehouse. It was an empty warehouse. There was nothing in it. Nothing. But I noticed that in a shipping area, but they come and drop stuff off, but there was nothing on the shelves in this warehouse. And all the shelves was on the wall, against the wall rather. So, but there was nothing on. But I did notice a vacuum cleaner, a shop vac. I don't know why I don't remember the name. It was a DeWalt. It was a DeWalt, and yellow and black, and it was still strapped off on a shipping crate. It was strapped down and everything. So I went over there and got it. So what I did, I took it and I seen myself carrying this shop vac. But I took it to this black guy, and he was older than me, stood a little bit taller than me too. But I took it to him because it appeared to me that he was the one who was managing this warehouse. And so I said, what do you want me to do with the shop vac? Because truthfully, I wanted the shop vac. I wanted to take it with me. And he said to me, put it on the shelf. We may have to destroy it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why would you destroy this shop vac? It's smack brand new. But I did not question him. I just said this in my head. But I did exactly what he told me to do. So I went back and I put the shop vac on the shelf that was against the wall, and I left it there. So I went back to him. He said, Mike, I got something I want you to do. Now, he said, I need you to take this white glove and sew this glove on the back of this man's back. I did what he asked me to do. It wasn't the fact that I sewed the glove on this man's back. It's the way that how can I put it? How the thread or the lace laid down so neatly. It blew my mind. I said, man, good night. Now, I know I can sew, but this here, the way this stuff is laying down, this is not me doing. That's one thing I did realize. I said, no, I know how to sew, but the way this stuff is laying down, man, it's just too neat. Somebody else is doing this. It's not me that's doing it. It was not me that's doing it. Now, mind you, now he asked me to do it, and I'm doing it. Boom, boom. I'm sewing this stuff down on this man's back. And everybody, there was some people, and they was looking at me while I'm doing this work, and they was oohing and ahhing because they was like, wow. Yes, this is nice. This is what they were saying. So once I finished that, I stood up. And the black guy was like, Mike, that's very good. That is absolutely, man, that is magnificent. That's what this black guy is saying. I'm saying the same thing, but I'm saying like, man, I got the trade, but I don't think I can lay down, I know for a fact I can't lay down thread like that. I knew it was somebody else who did it. But when I stood up, because this man was still bent down, I noticed it had 6 fingers. The glove was a 6-finger glove. And so I'm saying to myself, man, I need to cut one of these fingers off. But I never got the chance to cut it off. Never got the chance. And I sewed that on the back of that man's back, on the left side of his body, a little bit up under his neck. That's what I did. So the guy was like, Mike, that's very good. That is absolutely good what you did. He said, but look here, come over here. I got this here for you. So he said, I got this pipe. I got these 2 sticks. I need for you to put this together. I didn't have no instructions, brothers. I did not have no instructions at all. Now I'm doing this work in this warehouse because I don't know what I'm doing it for in the warehouse, but I'm doing all this work. So he gave me some material. He gave me a pipe and 2 wooden sticks. It was a metal pipe. So, all right, I just took it. And so what I did, I took the pipe, I took the material, and I went through the pipe and I fed the material through. And then at the same time, I came back on top of the pipe. So once I got the material there, then I took the wooden sticks, and I placed it to this pipe. That's what I did. And so with that, I had some material on each side of the pipe that was, hanging on each side. And so what I did, I started wrapping the excess material to the end of the pipe, and the way it laid down, brothers and sisters, it blew me away. Had the people down there like, ooh, and like they was fascinated the way the crease was being laid down. And when brothers, it was really truthfully simple but magnificent at the same time. It was simple but magnificent at the same time. The way these creases and how I was folding up this material. But at the same time, I'm saying, now look here now, I'm saying this to myself. Now, I know I did furniture before, but I ain't never did nothing like this. And I know this is just not me. This is just not my gift. Because I'm like, this is magnificent. This is what I'm saying to myself. So when I got finished with it, I stood it up. And the guy was like, Mike, man, that is very good. That is absolutely good. It was as if that whatever I put together, like it needed to go over a window or something. But anyway, as I was walking away from that, I turned around and I looked at it and I said, I've seen this somewhere before. I've seen this somewhere before. But I kept on moving. And then that's why this Jewish guy, he came up on me and he said, Mike, I need for you to build me a sofa. So while I was walking with him, he was talking about his family and everything. Now, mind you, I'm still in this warehouse now. I'm still in the warehouse. So he's talking about his family and everything, and he was talking about, being of the Jewish faith and everything and all that. And that's when I kind of cut in. I was like, no, you're not a Jew. I said, I am Yahudim, but you are not. So we had words, and he gets upset, and I start sharing scriptures with him. So he gets upset, he started talking and everything, and then he was talking about his wife. I don't know how we went from he talking about he's Jewish to he started talking about his wife. So he started showing pictures of his family, and I said, well, all right, where's your wife? He said, right there. Where? Right. And then so I'm like, here? He like, yes. I said, oh, so you married to a man? He like, that's my wife. I like, but you married to a man. And he kept on saying, that's my wife. And you know, it got to a point I was like, let me shut up. That's what I shut up. I did not question him any further about that. And then his so-called wife comes up and walking up on me in a conversation. Yes, we're talking about we're Jews. And I was like, no, you're not. Now, that conversation with him went a little bit further because I was saying, scripturally speaking, I am Yahudim. You're not. You're not. And I went on to show that, you're going to be made to be a synagogue of Satan and everything. But the only thing that was different between him, well, I'm just saying it because of the dream, and his so-called wife. And so this man's partner was more receptive to what I was saying. He was listening. He was like, man, he was like, it was as if I was giving a witness to him and he was taking it all in. As if he was believing. And so, sister, I don't know if it was a nightmare or what, but I tell you. But anyway, moving on. So what had happened while I'm starting to follow this guy back, but I'm going to where he was at, but he was trying to wake his father up. His father had a habit of these feigning spells. Now, mind you, all of this is taking place in the warehouse. So his father faints. And so I said, hey. And so went over to pick his father up. And me from a distance, I said, leave him alone. I said, in 5 minutes, he's going to get up, but in 2 months, he's going to be dead. I was adamant about it. In 5 minutes, he got up. He got up. So when he got up, I continued to follow this so-called Jewish guy to the area where he wanted me to build this sofa. So I got there. I was doing what I was doing. Now, mind you, this is one time I knew good and well I was not touching this sofa. But I was building a sofa to which I know for a fact I did not touch this sofa, but I was building a sofa. That's one thing I did know. I was not doing it. They can say I built a sofa because they seen me build a sofa. But I'm looking at myself, not building the sofa, but I'm building a sofa. I hope I'm making sense to you all. But anyway, I'm building this sofa and things of that nature. And so, and I'm not thoroughly done with this sofa. But like I said, I didn't touch this sofa, brothers. But I'm building it. So while I'm doing what I'm doing, they gonna say time. But I kept working. And then the Jewish guy said, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Time is up. And I'm like, what time? It's done. You can't touch it no more. And I was like, who told me I was up under time? They never said anything to me about you have this much time to do this here. But they just said time. So I was feeling somewhat kind of, I was kind of upset. I was. Because I didn't get finished. But it was finished though. So what I did, I was walking around the sofa, and the sofa was, and it was a champagne colored sofa in material, but it had all types of nice wood trimming all the way around it, all the way around this sofa. Now, but what you see, the seating area and things of that nature, that's where the material was at. Nice sofa. But the fact that they told me time, I was upset. And so I walked in front of the sofa and I said, be transformed. That thing it transformed into a piece of wood right before my eyes and their eyes. And it's as if I said this thing with authority that it did not shock me. I was standing there as if I knew this thing was going to transform into something. And I'm like, wait a minute. What piece of wood it was, brothers and sisters, I don't know, but it was immaculate when it transformed. I was like, wow, ain't this something? And the guy I was doing the work for, what this person claiming to be Jewish. He was blown. He was absolutely he was like, And then that's when, like instantly, I was out of the warehouse and I was in my childhood neighborhood. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? How did I get here? It blew me away. So I'm looking around and I'm seeing the building. I grew up in the projects, and the name of that projects was it was named St. John's Apartments in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And so I'm looking at the building that I grew up in. I'm shedding tears, not like I'm sad, but I'm just shedding tears because, hey, this is the place I grew up with, grew up around, and I knew a lot of people there. Everybody there, it was black people. There was no, it was all black people, period, that I grew up with. So I'm looking at the building and everything, and then that's when my mother, she comes up to me. She said, Michael Ray, I took my car to the shop. Yeah, it was like I was in a different part. Yes, I wasn't, but I was sitting across. I was no longer in the warehouse. And this here, I was in, matter of fact, I was in the street looking at the building I grew up in. And so then my mother, she comes up to me. Michael Ray, I took my car to the shop. And they go tell me in 90 days, my car is not going to be running. And I got to get me a new one. And I'm like, man, because it didn't make no sense to me. I'm saying to myself, how in the world they go tell you in 90 days your car is not going to be running? Shalom, Brother Robert. How in 90 days they go tell you that your car is not going to be running, and then you got to get another one? And so I was like, I brushed it off. I did. But I noticed on my left side, there was a shopping buggy. And so I went to go get the shopping cart rather. And I took it, because my mother, she had a shopping cart. But she trying to move hers on top of rocks. So I took her this shopping cart that I seen. I went and got it and took it to her. And she's still trying to push it on top of rocks, but it just wasn't going nowhere. It was difficult for her to move ahead. So I walked in front of the buggy, put my hand on it, lifted the front and lifted it up, just the front wheel. And so and then I just grabbed it, and my mother was in the back, and I'm going in because we was going into a grocery store in this building in the basement, but we never had no store in the building we lived in. There was no store, no basement, no grocery store, but hey, that's the dream. So I'm going in there, and then I kid you not, the alarm clock went off and woke me up. And brothers and sisters, it had me so shaken, I did not go back to sleep. I stayed up. I said, no. I didn't go back to sleep on that. But that was the two dreams I had about a warehouse and these other things that was going on within this warehouse. But when she said that brother had a dream and they was in a warehouse, I'm like, wow, okay, okay. And so in my mind, I'm up under the assumption it's going to be massive. For whatever we may end up at, it's going to be massive. And that was just my take on it, because she got my attention when she said this brother, he said he had a dream of a warehouse. And I mean, I'm like, okay, let me listen to this. Let me listen to it. And I don't think the Most High is going to be putting this stuff in our heads just to be, for us not to know. Now, to a degree, I do have understanding of that, of the one where I was building and stuff. I do understand. The Most High, he did share some stuff on me about understanding that one. I got that. Now that other one, when there was a lot of us, nah, I didn't. Oh, I to a degree, I do have an understanding of a portion of that also. But I'm going to say this: when the Most High said he's going to give his people dreams, old man, young man, they're gonna be dreaming dreams. I can't be shooting down brothers and sisters' dreams. I cannot. The Most High said that he was going to do these things. He said he's going to do these things. I heard brothers and sisters say they had a dream of an exodus and everything. I just listened to them. He said this is going to happen. And we are in that season of all of these happenings right now. This is where we at now. We can sit up here and think that these dreams that brothers and sisters are having are just something to just be passing time. No, they serving as a reminder that what the Most High says is going to happen is going to happen. He is not a creator that he can lie. It's going to happen, and it's happening. It's happening. Now, those sisters, daughters of Yah, it ain't just them. They starting calling things out. And the more you start to call this system out, brothers and sisters, if you want to talk about, you want something to come up on you, keep on talking about the end of this system, the end of Babylon. You just may find yourself going blow for blow with the devil. They don't want that out there. You brothers and sisters would say, hey, we being washed. Yeah, we being washed. Yes, we are. We are. They trying to figure out what you got going on. There's too many black messiahs out there. They scared. They worried. They are very worried. Brothers and sisters out there telling them, y'all ain't gonna last too much longer. They're not speaking of their own initiative. This is the Most High who's speaking through them. You want to talk about a system about to go up in smoke? Did not the Most High put into you, Judah, to preach these things? He told you that you're going to preach about these things, and you're going to talk about, you will give them a sweet and bitter message. Is it not sweet for you, brothers? Is it not bitter at the same time? This is where we're standing at. We're standing and we're doing these things. This is where we're standing right now. We're seeing this, and we're speaking it too. This is one of the reasons why I say, brothers, we do not need to be wasting our time over unprofitable talk. We have something of a magnitude that is about to happen, and it's going to be earth rattling, shaking, or whatever, however you want to call it. The world is going to recognize this. The world is going to recognize this. They're going to have their attention on this. You never seen such a magnitude of a destruction of a nation. From my understanding, I know they still practice slavery in some parts of Africa. And then other nations claim that they abolished slavery, but not the United States. The United States still practice slavery down to this very day. And if you think I'm joking, look at the prison system. They know exactly how they came about and redressing slavery. That's all they did. When you talk about a black guy said, I didn't do it. Oh yeah, we know. But we need that slave base. And see, this is the dangerous thing about that system. It is said that some of our so-called black leaders, they vested into the prison system because they get cheap labor out of that off the top. They get cheap labor. If you buy into that type of system, brother or sister, you're taking part in one of the things the Most High is going to rectify. If you got some type of investment in that, where you will get dealt with, and you may be Hebrew, you will get dealt with. You will get dealt with. Because now you're using some innocent people just as well as some guilty people. Because when a person did some wrong within Israel, they had to pay back things. If they stole something, they had to pay it back like 7 times over. The laws were built for compensation. That's what it's built for. It was very rare that you heard about an Israelite being in jail. But if they was in trust, they was not in jail for no years and years and years and years. And will they not see their families? This one here. Oh, that 13th Amendment. I was thinking about the same thing, Sister Monica. The same thing. Yes. 2 million, huh? And they saying that we're like 80% of black people in the prison system. That's what they say. 70 to 80%. But that right there would lead you right back to Luke chapter 21, where Yahushua was saying, hey, you go into captivity, and some of you will go to jail, get locked up, whatever. And hey, there go our prophecy. We dominated, or at least that's what the world is telling us. We dominate the prison system. No, that's one thing. Then, and that's something to think about, because Once we gone, they go too. Yeah, they go too, brothers. And don't and let us not think that. I mean, I ain't gonna say don't think it. I mean, we're gonna think the way we want to think. Um, even, we all know the prison system. Shalom, Sister Pinky D. Pinky D. We all know we all know the prison system. It's mentally made to break you down. That's what it's there for. Raw, uncut. That's what it is about. But you go to federal prison, and especially for Esau, oh no, you get a tennis court, tennis racket, about 4 or 5 meals in one day. That's the prison system they go to. Yeah, and they gonna be able to see their wife. Why coming out and spend time with them and everything. Israel, no, not so much. You will get up whatever the worst imagination that they can come up with. You go get it. You're going to get it. And so, however, they are treating brothers and sisters that's locked up, all of that's being recorded by the Most High. This stuff is being recorded so much, brothers and sisters. It has come to a point. It has come to a point where the Most High is talking to us. Brother Ricky says there's a difference between being Hebrew and being an Israelite. Ishmael was, oh, that's true too. Yeah, he was a Hebrew. Esau was a Hebrew. The difference is come from the promised seed of Jacob, which makes us Israelites. I got you on that, brother. Yeah, I got you on that. And you're right. And then what? Abraham, when Sarah died, he married again, and he had some other kids after that, and they Hebrew. And I do see you know, it's I see you honing in on the people for the promise. I got you on that. I got you on that. Yeah. And I think it's just I never forget. Had a friend of mine, and I would ask her, I said, what and you know, she was from Nigeria, and she said, I said, what tribe you from? She said, I'm from the tribe of the Hebrews. I kid you not. I was like, what? And come to find out, if you were talking about doing marrying them, a sister that's from the Hebrew tribe, oh no, their bride price a whole lot higher than the rest of the other tribes. I said, you for real? So I talked with another one. She said the same thing. She said, yes. If you Hebrew, your bride price, the prices for those brides are a whole lot higher. Yeah, a whole lot higher. Yep, that was another thing about that, Sister Kathy, on the firefighters. They was from prison, and I think was it $5 they was paying them? I thought it was $2, and paying $2,000 a day for. Hold on, man. And the wife, they was getting 2,000. I need to take a trip there. That's what I need to do, and record some stuff. $2,000 a day, and the one that was in prison was like $5. I thought it was $2, but we'll go with $5. That's crazy. Hey, this is one of the reasons why they're being judged right now. And so now, when I say this, hold on just for a second. Oh man. Sorry about that, brothers. I tell you, everything is so touchy nowadays. I tell you. But this is where we at. We seeing these things, and we have to be alert to it. We have to be alert to it because brothers and sisters are going to have they're going to have more and more dreams, and I think a lot of these dreams are going to be more so instructions of what you really need to do. And so now we're going to have to start basing more of our faith upon the Most High if it comes to a dream. If he, they're not the Most High. When he knew that Herod was looking for Yahusha, he was looking for him. And so what did he do? Most High, in a dream, told Joseph to get up and flee to Egypt. He told him what to do. He got right up and he started making tracks. And it may be just that, brothers. It may be just that in some of our cases where we got to get up. We got to be about our business. Oh yes, they're doing it real bad. Yes, they are. Oh, do not let them have a bad day or had an argument with their wives or whatever the situation may be. They're gonna take their nonsense out on you, and which is going to be oh, it's going to be um, potentially death dealing with them because now you take us, yeah. You can be walking to the judgment of the Most High when it's all over said and done. Oh, that's not a problem, sis. But that's the thing. We we got to be more mindful of what's going on now. We got to be more mindful because things are not going to go well. We know that things are not going to go the way. The 2018 days are done, gone, and they ain't coming back. Your mom gonna put a tombstone up there, never to return, never to return. It ain't coming. Those days are not coming back. This is it. Did not the Most High tell Abraham? He said, within that 400 years, I'm going to judge that nation. Within the 400 years or after the 400 years, I got to go back and look at the scripture. But we know that judgment started. Some brothers say, oh no, the calendar is not right. It ain't going to happen to 2024, whatever. I'm saying this. 2019's got stuff started. We know that what man was going to do. The Most High told us they would go change times and laws. They did just that. Every single day, they called Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday. Every last one of those days are demonic days. Every last one of them are demonic. Are demonic days. It's to some type of worship for something. But we just take them as days just to keep up with time. This is what this system has done. Oh, make America great again. That is not going to happen. If you want to talk about, you want to put some money on it, you can put money on that. That's one thing you can't put money on. It's not going to happen. No matter what they're talking about, no matter how much they would like to imagine. And see, now we got to understand making America great again, what they're truthfully saying. That's the thing you have to look at now. That's the thing. What is it that they talking about that's making America great again? In order for America to be strong like it was, to be the ringleader of the strength of the dollar, what is one thing that America needed? It needed that slave base. It needed a people. And the only people that they was going to get rich off of is Israel. No other nation was they going to get rich off of. When Israel went into captivity, the world got rich. Just look at reality. Look at the world. When we went into captivity, did not the world get rich? The United States became a world power. The United States was, had other countries in their hand. They was controlling other countries. And the Most High came back and said, and I will judge that nation. This is that nation that's going to get hit the hardest. Split in three. It's going to be unlivable. What else? Only demons and hated birds, unclean and hated birds. That you go. And for you brothers and sisters that thinking that America is the promised land, the only promise there is for that place is total annihilation. It will be. The scripture says it's going to be unlivable. So now, what scripture are you looking at that you're believing that this place is going to be sustainable after the Most High's judgment? Show me that scripture. Just put it in a text. Put it in the notes. Tell me what scripture that you're looking at that why you have your faith based upon being here, when the Most High clearly states he has given a vivid description of this destruction of this system. But you got some brothers and sisters out here holding on to that. They talk about the Grand. You can be Grand Canyon, and you may have cities up under there, but this place has played out everything from a scriptural standpoint. It has played everything out. And the Most High comes right back and said, this is the nation I'm going to judge. And don't get me wrong, brothers. There are some brothers and sisters out there that's they really got their mind set on staying here. They do. They have their hearts on being here. And they want to question. I mean, and I ran up on some of these brothers. They want to question. All right. I mean, but hey, you know this here Mississippi, that's in the United States and things like that. There's places called Salem in the United. I'm like, bruh, are you for real? Are you for real? But this is what they're thinking. And truthfully, oh brother, it falls back to this. That's one of the reasons why I try my best to stay within the scriptures. Because all this outside information, it can throw you off. I mean, you have to be on point when you're dealing with outside information. Outside of your history book could put you on the road. You need to know, you need to be mindful. Do not fall asleep behind that wheel. Because if they have you thinking about something else, you find yourself going way to the left. You find yourself not believing in the Bible. You have an individual that say, "Oh, you got books out there that's older than the Bible. This book it was written so and so, so and so, and so and so, so and so, and this year and everything, and it's carbon dated." I flat out don't care how old a book may be. Shalom, Sister Pixie Dust. I do not. People can sit up here and talk all that dumb stuff until they blue in the face. And they want you to hold these books in high esteem. But then I come back to them and I said, who told you that this book was written at that time? Oh, this person right here. I said, where's that person at? Oh, he's dead. Mm-hmm. But they want to question everything about our book. This is not that time, brothers, that we need to be shaky and flaky about our faith. We shouldn't. We should not be flaky at all. Holding on to our history books. And then this is another thing. When the Most High said he's looking for those to worship him in spirit and truth, brothers, that is a necessity that we all going to need. Discernment. We will have to ask the Most High for discernment. If you don't discern, you'll believe it. You'll fall for everything. If it seems like it's making sense, you'll believe it. You'll believe it. And we should not be that way. When we base things upon the Most High, we look to the Most High to teach us and things of that nature, that's the best way for you to go. I've seen some brothers right here, and we living in, what's the word? I ain't gonna say chaotic. The time in which we're living in is a time where we got to make a stance. That's what we got to do. We're at that point. Whether you're going to believe or not. Now, mind you, now, I do not believe in these flying saucers and things. I don't take those things as what do they call them? What do they call them? UFOs and things of that nature. I know some camps be talking about, these ships go come down and all that. I don't know. No, that's just me now. If that's what they want to believe, but so I mean, I don't dibble and dabble. I'm looking at this. The Most High is flying around in a spaceship. The creator of all things. When Yahushua last dealt with his disciples, he was taken up into the air. Did you all read in the scripture that he was taken up in a spaceship? He did not call and say, "Beam me up, Brother Scotty." He was cloud and he started being lifted up right before their eyes. Right before their eyes. So that was just like one of the things I look at, But this is the time where we need to be really honing in on our faith. Whatever things that we need to make right with the Most High, hey, you got a qualms with the Most High, you need to go ahead and patch it up real quick. You need to be about your business. The ships of Tarshish I don't too much know about that, sister. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I can't comment on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh, I really can't, Sister Kathy, on that one. Somebody, it's like well, that's something you have to have a conversation with me in order to get a clearer understanding on that. Uh, yeah, but I do believe this though, and I tell any brothers and sisters this: if you have means of getting out of the United States, do it. And the thing about it is this: you got white people that's getting up out of the United States. You have white people that are getting up out of the United States and breaking camp because they know they there's some badness that's on the horizon for the United States. They know this. And what is it? 2022. 40 billion came out of the banking system. 40 billion. Those were those Gentile that was in the know, that knew they out, they broke camp. They broke camp. They got up out of there. And this would be my encouragement to brothers and sisters. Hey, like what Brother Ricky said a couple of days ago. Take that advice. But if you just outright just blatant, hey, you made your mind up, I'd be jealous for you. I will be jealous for you. I'm telling you. Wait a minute. The Treasury, Janet Yellen said the U.S. will run out of money come January 21st. Today, 18th, right? Tell you the truth. Okay. And we don't see the writing on the wall, brothers, huh? We don't see this writing on the wall. And then I'm going to talk to said it here. Shoes, brother. Let me tell you something, brother Ricky. Every little step we take, it's like it can end up in a disaster here in Babylon. Every little step. And so this is it, bro. You think the Most High got us talking about this just to find something to be talking about? If you go put it on your heart, trust and believe, somebody else is going to be talking about the same thing at the same time. It's going to happen. And it's happening. So we got to speak about it in order for us to keep our minds and our hearts focused on the real matters at hand. Now, if this situation do happen on the 21st, they're going to run out. Oh, yeah. They got something they're going to try to pop off. They got to bring in chaos and then want to swoop back in. Shalom, we got next. I'm glad you made it in today. And then swoop in like they Superman. They telling you what they're doing. Shalom, unpacked. Something. Yeah, brother, let me tell you something. Brother Ricky, yes, it's something that is coming. Something is coming. And ain't nobody gonna tell me. Now, I did not know that. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. And if this thing goes down the way this talking about the 21st, yeah, something going down. Something is going down. And the inauguration, and now I can't even how to say that word. Inauguration. No, forget it. It's going to happen indoors now. They are just that scared. They that concerned? Yeah. Mm. Something is going to pop off. And this is and this is the thing, brother. Oh yeah, I'm quite sure they go try to do that. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. Uh-huh. They go claim something. They go claim something or declare. You know, if it goes down like that, they going to. It's truthfully, if they do something like that, brother, Rick, they may declare something, but they're declaring it's going to mean something else. They're gonna be like, meaning there's no law. Call it what you want to call it. Declare what you want to declare. We know exactly when it's all over said and done. You're just trying to get things popped off. That's all they're trying to do. That's all they're trying to do. And I'm like, no, this is the thing. They're not. Wait a minute. And that's another thing, sister. That's another thing that they got their TikTok. They have the TikTok. Hold on just for a moment. Now, that's another thing. The TikTok. That's supposed to be Sunday. They're supposed to turn that off Sunday, don't they? I mean, or it's supposed to like you know, supposed to be done with uh, sometime soon. Um, what you recommend? Stocking up before the weekend over, just because. Hey, you know what? That's a good thing, that brother, because they're talking about all this stuff, and this is the things that we have to start taking into consideration. When they start talking dumb, you got to you got to absolutely be smart about things. You got to start putting yourself into positions, and things of that nature, just in case that it goes left. All right, I got this here, and and things of that nature. Now the TikTok though, if I'm not mistaken, the last I heard is that Saturday, not Saturday, Sunday is supposed to be. I don't know, and, could people be having all types of saying this and saying that because the internet is just full of talk. Well, you know what, brother Ricky? Hey, before it was TikTok, what was it? It was Facebook. It was Facebook, and truthfully, seem like Facebook is jealous. You don't know. I mean, what? It's like people like they ain't too much worried about Facebook. They they going all on to TikTok and things of that nature. And so, excuse me. That's what I'm looking at. It seems like it's a jealousy thing going on there. But then they saying TikTok got all this type of information. Whatever they got going on, man. Please, the United States doing the same thing TikTok doing. They go inside your information. They listen to your conversations. What? What we think? YouTube don't do that? They do. They do. This is it. This is where we're standing at right now. We're standing right in the midst of a system, one country. Truthfully, that's about to blow up. Yeah, they are, bro. I mean, I cannot argue with you on that. It would appear that way. They're concerned more about TikTok than anything. Yeah, you know, come with me. Um, We just need to be real about ourselves, the situation, and how things are really panning out. How things are panning out. That's what we need to be concerned with. And pretty much, I mean, if it do pop off like that, hey, do you have yourself in a position where you can hunker down for a few days? Are you in a position where you can say, "Oh, you know what? I can go over here or go over there"? And I'm saying that more so for single parents, elderly, the infirmed, and you may be used to living on your own, but now this time, no, this can be concerning because when there is um, no law, there's no law, brothers. When the world is at chaotic and they doing everything by will, they not worried about you being in no wheelchair. Hold on for a minute, brothers. This is just for a moment. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm back. But that's the thing we have to look at. Because this is about to happen. Their great tribulation, brothers, is like at the door. Their great tribulation is at the door. And so when their great tribulation happens, well, let's just do it this way. We can do it this way to get a better understanding where you get a mental visual of how some of these things can play out. I mean, continually waited until about 5 p.m. on. It's going to be broke on Junior. Brother, Brother Rick. That sounds like they. Mm, man, are you? Okay, yeah. See, but this is what I'm talking about. This here. It would appear to me that they want this nonsense to get popped off. They just getting themselves in their bunker. They getting all snugged in and comfy. All right, let's go ahead and get this stuff popped off. No more delays. Boom, they get it popped off. You're talking about a time when there is no law. And I didn't too much care for the movie Civil War. I ain't care for that. I didn't. But I seen some realism in it. Yeah, I did. I seen that. I seen that. You know, no money, sister. No money means no law. That's what no money means. Let them do that nonsense if they want to. Let them get that stuff popped off. Now, and I'm gonna just go ahead and throw a common sense scenario out there. You need You need the police to come to your house because of this or that. But there's no money. So now, or you may call, hey, somebody's out here shooting. You know, he got a gun and so and so, so and so. What police officer think you go? Well, that's going to come out there to you? Well, he got to duck and dodge some bullets, and he ain't getting paid. I mean, I'm just throwing out a little bit of common sense out there. That's all I'm gonna put out there. That's all I'm gonna look at. These people don't know where they're going. They worried. They are absolutely worried. And along with I just lost my train of thought because I'm like, I know how this stuff is. I mean, it's just it's going to pan out that way. No law. It's going to be, what was that movie called? There was no law. What's that movie called? Matter of fact, I think they did like 3 or 4 of them. Purge. Are they really truly trying to institute that? Do they really are they really trying to bring that about? Because everything that these people are talking about, with the information you just said, Brother Ricky, it seems like, man, is this what y'all trying to do? For real? Barricade yourself and make sure that you're protected, and then, hey, get the stuff started. Get this started. And I'm gonna say this: if things do start to line up in that way, brothers and sisters, that's gonna be a shutdown. That's what that's going to be. It's going to be a shutdown. And I mean, how these companies go pay them? They tell me, they go run out of money, and especially when you're talking about fire station, police departments, and things of that nature. And if they do say, "Hey, we got another payment system," just imagine how they gonna be moving. The confidence of this country is absolutely, it's so gone. It's gone. It's what? In the world, and then on top of the confidence, you have a hatred that's been circulated from other countries. Do y'all remember that movie, Leave the World Behind, right? And there was a scene. What's that dude's name? There was a scene, and I didn't like this scene here, with a black guy and the 2 white guys. It was at his house trying to get some medicine for his son for losing his teeth. All right, but in there, I mean, when they was getting ready to leave, the guy said, "Hey, I mean, what? It's possible. Maybe some of these countries got together, form an alliance just to fight us, the United States." He made that comment in the movie. Did not the Most High said he was gonna raise a king up from the north, and other nations with that kingdom to come and take on Babylon? Did he not? And it is happening. It is absolutely happening that this hatred for this country is panning out. It is absolutely panning out. Because to cause a panic can hurt. To be prepared. Yeah, it can. It can. But the thing about it is, brother, is we got to be alert. when it's all of a said and done. I'm gonna say this, brothers and sisters, that at least I would say, uh, Kevin Kevin Bacon or Beacon or something like that. I think that's his name. Yeah, he was the one that said that in the movie. It's the brothers and sisters that's doing farming. If it do go down that way, if it do, it's going to be those that have a garden or have some type of farm. They will have some type of life. They will have some type of life. That's what they're going to have. Now, I want your brothers and sisters to think about this here now. Let's go back to our forefathers. When Yahushua told them, when you catch sight of these things happening, leave. Go to the mountain. Flee to the mountain. That's what he told them. All right? So when they were surrounded, they was wondering how they go get out. Because truthfully, that's a question I'm asking right now. For brothers and sisters that don't have the means of getting out, how we gonna get out? I mean, what is I mean, not necessarily that I need to know, but it's just a question. How is we going to get out? We stuck here. We can't go. The Most High said, get out of Babylon. Whether it's physical or spiritual, you want to get out. Now, when the brothers and sisters in Jerusalem, when that opening did happen, because the soldiers and all, they just one day just up and left. They left. So for the ones that was paying attention, they broke camp. They did exactly what Yahushua told them to do. They got up out of there. And he told them never to return. That was the footnote. To never to return. Now, this is the history of our forefathers now. To never return. Now, that was in what I believe 66 CE. That's when that incident happened. But 4 years later, they came in, they surrounded Jerusalem. Destruction was at hand. They said, hey, we ain't got to go in and fight them. Because what? The Romans came in and they surrounded Jerusalem. They fell into, because they're so, our forefathers have been so disobedient. They started fighting and in amongst themselves. That's what they did. So the Romans like, hold tight. Ain't no food coming in, ain't no food coming out. We're going to starve them. We're going to starve them. That's what they did. And after so long, your food stuff been worn out, it's gone. And at the same time, you fighting and killing your own brothers. You ain't even got people to fight the Romans. They want to talk about a slaughter. Call it a self-slaughter. Then they just came in and just swept up and did what they needed to do. Brothers, if you get a point, if you get into if the Most High opens up that door for us to get out, get out. Be about your business. And at the same time, like he said, never to return. Now, we can take that however you want to take it. You say, you go wait on the Most High. Wait on the Most High. That is absolutely your business. But if you open up that door is going to be your key. Now, you can take that for granted if you want to. That's going to be up on you also. Because truthfully, you got brothers and sisters already talking about this is the promised land. So we pretty much know what they want to do. if they got their mind set as this is the place of peace and all that, and this is not your land. I'm just trying to figure out what portion of the scriptures are they reading, or are they picking and choosing what they want to believe. Yes, Abraham did the same thing. He had to do the same thing. Most I told him to get his things and leave his family. That's what he told Abraham. And what did Abraham do? He broke camp. He broke camp. He got out of there. Nephew left with him. And yeah, I mean, when it's all over said and done, brother Ricky, it may come to that. I mean, we may have family members. I'm not going nowhere. You may have your kids. I mean, if they grown, I'm not going to argue. It's going to be the way it's going to be. That's what it's going. Brothers, how many years can we go back? Can we say truthfully? Let's go back to 4 years. And it could be more. When people was talking about all these people that's coming to the United States, they just not immigrants. They're just not immigrants. And they go give up. They go get that word. Get it popped off. Ain't no such thing in them talking about what was that, Red Dawn? They jumping in from they jumping out of airplanes, landing down. They ain't got to do that. They're already here. They opened up the back door and they opened up the front door and they came in. That's what they got. They have these people here already. They already voicing their concerns. That they have these sleeper cells. They don't know where they at. With all the technology and things, let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. And some of you may not know it. Some of you may know it. You do know. Let's just say, use it as an example. You up to no good, right? And let's just say you come. Sister, you can't hear me, sister? Sister Kathy, you don't hear me? My goodness. Do you hear me? Brother Ricky, do you hear me? All right. All righty. All right, Sister Kathy. I don't know. You probably check your mic or something. Because Brother Ricky said you hear me. And so my point is saying is that, not a point, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that this person is on some nonsense, and he shoot off a couple rounds at some people, a drive-by. Brothers and sisters, whoo, man, good night. Yeah, I come back to that one, girl, sister. Oh man. Do you know they can track you down? Matter of fact, let me just do it this way. Make this true to life situation. On the south side of Chicago, there was these three or four boys, and they was trying to jack this brother for his vehicle. He had a nice Jeep, but he was coming out of the restaurant. But he was a firefighter, an armed firefighter. But they end up killing the brother, older brother. Matter of fact, he was a retired firefighter. Do y'all know how they called them? I mean, they had a video and things of that nature of them and the thing. I don't think the video did them no justice though. But they used their cell phones, triangulate the cell phones. Who was in that? Who was in that situation? Who's in that area? And they had all those cell phones closely by one another, and they knew, and they went out and they got every last one of those boys. That's what they did. They used their own cell phones to track them down. And then when I say they did, they tracked. They tracked. You can do that in a matter of 24 hours. Yes, you can. And if it gets to that point, brothers and sisters, where I'm not saying you out there doing something like that now, I'm not saying that. But if it gets to a point where you got to drop that cell phone, because listen, trust me, they hear your whole conversation. You can turn your cell phone off. That don't work no more. A lead box. Yeah, that do work. I know for a fact that it works. A lead box is, let's look at it like this. When you get to a certain part of your house, your cell phone is not gonna work. If you have that wall, if that wall is thick enough and you got some stuff behind it, that signal is not getting in there. It ain't gonna work. There's something that can, halt the signal, but for the vast majority of it, nah, brother, you can be walking down here talking about the baby needs some Pampers, and you sit back on your on TikTok and all that stuff, you go see an advertisement for Pampers. It's called a Faraday cage. Okay. I'm telling you, it's real out here now, brothers. It is absolutely real. This day of no law is fast approaching. And these Gentiles, especially the ones that bent upon, is going to be massive. It is absolutely going to be massive. We just don't, brothers and sisters, let's understand the hate that's out there. And if you understand the hate, you're going to understand how dire the situation could be or can be or would be. No. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, these people are not dealing with a full deck. And that's by choice. They're choosing not to deal with a full deck. They're going to do what they want to do. They got that hatred and it's deep seated, and they figured it, hey, ain't no law. The police ain't coming. What they gonna do to me? They go get it popped off. If it gets that way, brothers, and you know of other family members, you know of some friends, that's gonna be one time. That's what your protection is. Your protection is going to be. It's going to be there. Now, if you go back 10 years ago and we talking about this stuff, you'll brush this stuff off and you keep it moving. But now everything now, it's like, wait a minute, there's some truth to this stuff. There's some truth to it now. This is the warning that we will have to maintain. These are scenarios that we got to maintain, rather. The people that you may not think to be involved in crimes, they just need the opportunity. That's all they need is the opportunity. Everything is going to show itself. All it need is the opportunity. Your rapists, child molesters, whatever. They just need that opportunity, and opportunity is going to present itself. This world is telling you what they're going to do. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, what Brother Ricky was talking about, it pops off. If they run out of money, brothers and sisters, I mean, what? Will that affect the strength of the dollar? If the government run out of money, what is the world going to say? Wait a minute. If you ran out of money, why is your money still like supremely high? There's going to be a measure of disrespect for that strength of the dollar. You don't have common sense to keep the strength of your own dollar? That's the thing that should be. I mean, that's what I'm thinking now. That's just my mindset. That is my mindset. If this is what they're talking about, I'm quite sure the nation's gonna be like, excuse me. All right, go ahead with that dumb stuff and do that. Move that way. Move that way and let the world know, hey, this government is going to run out of money. What it seems like they got themselves set in a way that they're not making more money. Because now you do know that the federal treasury is not, the government don't own that. Some other people do. And when I say other people owns that money. I forget. It's not a government. I'm trying to use the right word. The government don't own that money. I can tell you that right now. They just cover it. That's all they do. They just get it printed for them. And it's the people that prints that money that owns that. They just got a federal backing. Whatever understanding they got with them, hey, that's between them. Now, if they upset at them, so we're not giving you no more money, all right, so be it. It is what it is. But if it's going to take the running out of money or the destruction of a dollar for them to get this stuff popped up, they are going to use it. Believe it. These are some wicked people. And it's concerning you. It is absolutely concerning you. People can sit up and talk all that stuff all they want. When you boil it all down, then you start going through the fine the dust, you will realize it is about us. It has always been about us. But they're not putting that in the world. They just worried about Trump getting inducted as what is it? Is he gonna be the 55th president? I don't keep up with the numbers. I don't. I think is he the 55th president? Or 54th? I don't know. Shucks. Brother, no, wait a minute. You said 19th? No, no, I don't think they're more than the 19th president. 48th. All right. 48th. Oh, I thought we was in the 50s. Okay. 48th president. All righty. So, I mean, it is what it is. And truthfully, it seems like he may be the last one. It seems like he may be that last one. The way things are going. said, this hoopla, I know for a fact that's going to get popped off. I know it's going to get popped off. This land is going to experience a day without, not a day, some time without law. They're going to experience it. We just need to be very alert to when they do these things, because now you may have to, there's going to be a time where you have to, you may need to get up and get out. And with all of this hatred at the same time, brothers and sisters, and you may be living in a nice neighborhood around whites, you may need to go ahead and break camp. There's a lot of hatred out there, brothers. And someone will speak to you, smile in your face, and then have a heart full of hate. They're just looking for the opportunity. They just looking for that opportunity. And the world is about to let them have that opportunity. This is real. Yeah, he was the 40. I remember he was the 45th, and now he's the 47th. Wait a minute. No. Ain't that about a trip? 19th president of the Republican before the corporation U.S. Alrighty. 9/11. Ain't that something? Boy, I tell you. Well, brothers and sisters, when it's all over said and done, the thing is, this is what we're supposed to do. I'm not trying to instill any type of fear in nobody. I'm not. But I will get. I try my best to make sure that we are encouraged to keep our head on the swivel, to be always on the lookout. Because I tell you, now we just seen the movies, and the sad thing about it is, the movie was portraying reality, and maybe some of the movies are old, but when you go back and look at them, like, man, that dumb stuff is happening right now as we speak. That's that keeping your head on the swivel. And this is where we at right down to this very day. This is how we stand it. This is what we are seeing. This is what we are facing. The high probability of this unnecessary nonsense. It's necessary. This nonsense is necessary. It has to be played out. The scriptures got to be fulfilled. It has to be fulfilled. It says, we're going to hear. We're going to start hearing more and more of brothers and sisters yelling from the mountaintop. This was happening. That's what's happening, and things of that nature. They're gonna start preaching about a lot more judgments until this place is absolutely dealt with. You're talking about this nation being surrounded, and at the same time, what do you call it? Being surrounded and having people on the ground already. We ain't even talking about. Let me see how I can say this. Having things shot over here. That ain't even. We ain't even mentioned that. But just to be invaded and surrounded, and then there's so many high probabilities it's working against this country. It ain't even funny. Oh, and then wait a minute. You know what? I forgot about that. Now you have the concern of sleeper cells, right? Then you're talking about being surrounded. Then you're talking about you have the Andreas fault line and the new Madrick fault line. There's two major fault lines in the United States. And then you have Yellowstone. There's so many things that's working. That's brothers. I'm serious. There's so many things, and these probabilities are high probabilities. This is where we at right now, and it's like, and we here, and then you have. I'm just go right back to these brothers that's saying that America is the promised land. You think the Most High would have you sitting up on in this place with all of these high probabilities? Oh, granted, you got let me say, is it three? I think there's three major volcanoes in Africa, but the Most High don't have a judgment against Africa. But he got one against this place. And they very well know this. Yeah, and that's one thing I was saying on that, brother Brother Ricky. It absolves them of their responsibility. Yeah. You know, I mean, I heard brothers say, you know, no, I can't go to Africa. It's not built up yet. It ain't, you know, that's a third world country. And I'm talking about these are brews. These are supposedly Israelites saying this. No, I'm not ready to go over there now. And they don't, their sewer system and so this and so that. No, they structured not this here, and they had yeah, okay. It's a reason why Africa is the way it is. It is absolutely livable. Getting used to some things, yeah. Doing some things, yes. Putting you a filtration system on a water source, yeah, it can be done easily. Easily, it can be done. But some brothers, they play on the negative so hard. It's like, well, look at brother, I don't need to talk to you. It's just that simple. I do not need to talk to you because you know about this place. But at the same time, you talk about a place where you're supposed to be from. This is what we do. Some of us. This is not that time. Oh, sister. Oh, you know what? Let them read this for themselves. Yeah, Sister Kathy, that's what it's gonna boil down to being. And you know, and it's just not the United States, it's gonna be all of Europe. It's gonna be all of Europe. See, you're talking about a fourth. When you're talking about that, you're talking about taking all these intellectual Israelites and putting them on this continent. You already hemmed up. All of that knowledge is gone. Yeah, you should be broke. You should be broke. If you want to talk about wealth, the wealth has always been in us. It has always been in us, and it still is. Our mindset. Brothers and sisters, I know you all seen some of the videos of our African brothers and sisters, the little kids playing around. They'll find anything. If it's a, I seen them one time, brothers, when I was there. I told you all this. One time they took a water bottle, filled it with sand, and that was their soccer ball. That's what they did. And I seen them take socks, and they, boom, keep on doing it till they do it, and they made a ball. They made a soccer ball out of socks, and they was happy. But the fact that these kids, they make the best of somewhat of a bad situation, and we have always been that way, Israel. We all made the best of a bad situation. What makes you think, brothers and sisters, that we can't be put back in our place and make that a better place? You just did the United States, Israel. That's you. Your name written all on there. If the Most High leave a plaque there, it's gonna be like, the captivity of Israel was here. Creative mind, Sister Monica, yes. I'm telling you, when we look at these little brothers and sisters and see what they do, they have the same mindset we got. They do. They just don't have the wealth to see things through. Oh yeah, they came. They most definitely went in there and raped up Africa. But if we thinking of thinking that this place is going to pan itself out, no, this place is upon the judgment. And now, mind you, now, brothers and sisters, let's not forget this now. The judgment that comes upon the United States will be felt worldwide. Now, that's in Revelation. That's in Revelation. It's going to be felt. It's going to be felt. But this is a birth of a nation, and a destruction of a nation, all at the same time. All at the same time. All this stuff is happening at one time. They don't want to lose that power. Pharaoh kept on fighting tooth and nail. He kept on fighting tooth and nail. They fighting tooth and nail. But they don't want the world to know this is all about you. Now, is the Most High going to cause them to put it out there? All of this was about these people we call Negroes, we call colored, we call them slaves. It's about them. It has always been about them. Matter of fact, the money started with them. I tell you, brothers, I was kind of shocked to go back and just look at that old. Like I said, it's old roots. When what's his name? James Earl Jones. He played as Alex Haley. And things that's yeah, you're seeing how old it's going, and but just to listen to it, to really follow the dialogue of it, I'm like, wait a minute. And this how the Democrats and the Republicans got kicked in, and it was the black strength for the Republicans at that time that needed that they needed the black vote to have a measure of power. But at the same time, they was being flaky with the blacks. They just needed like what they got right now in Africa. They had those leaders just standing there as the front man. They did the same thing. If y'all brothers and sisters go back and look at that Roots, the next generations with the S, and you start to hear them and see how they was working this stuff. You're like, these niggas started this stuff way back then. They started it all, I mean, just going back. And I'm just looking at this stuff. I'm reading all the caption. I'm listening to it and reading it at the same time. And this stuff has always been about us. The black vote. We're the only ones they call the black vote. You don't see them calling them the beige vote. You too, Brother Robert. You be safe out there, brother. But we're the ones that's called out the black vote. Ain't no beige, ain't no pink, ain't no green, but the black vote. But they started this stuff way back then. And they starting to gain strength from that. But at the same time, that's when they was the Klan talking about, well, it is a white man. We need to put these. They call, man, we need to put these niggas back in their place. So they had a portion of a political stance in it also. They wanted to monitor how much power that blacks was having or getting. Now the time has come where it's that time where, hey, the Most High is letting it be known, release my people. I'm quite sure they know what's going on. They know. I mean, they going. I'm quite. If you all think we having dreams, what dream do you think they be having? They got to be having some nightmares. It's like but they drinking coffee so they can stay up so they don't go to sleep. I would hate to have their dreams, to be in their predicament. Whew. And I'm going to say this, brothers and sisters, in closing. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel. All this world needs is that time for these people to say, no more law. And things going, those days, they will never be the same. I can tell you that right now. Keep your family close. Stay in contact with your families, brothers. Talk to those that have their mindset towards yours and things of that nature. And even if they're not an awakened Hebrew, but if they're in agreement, hey, we got to go to Africa. We got to go to Africa. We got to move. We got to move. Yes, you can deal with those. I'm serious. I'm serious. And that's what we have to do, brothers. Keep your head on the swivel. We're living in this is it. We're living in the time of the end. Don't let money fool us. Don't let money get us tricked all up. If this stuff do pan out the way Brother Ricky is saying, 21st day, something is supposed to run out of money. Ain't nobody gonna lose no sleep over now. We're not gonna lose sleep. Gain faith. Gain trust in the Most High. Because when it's all over said and done, that's what we're supposed to be doing from the day one. It's trusting in the Most High. And on that note, brothers and sisters, you all be safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. And I will say with that, shalom. Shabbat shalom.